you pause for just a moment, reflecting on moments past and contemplating moments to come before giving your dragon the command. Fly. The future of the Githyanki rests in your hands, and you know just how to mold it.
Hey guys, it's DBD Gamer Girl here. Welcome back to my channel. So today I have a video idea that I've been excited to do for a while. I kind of got this idea from a series of TikToks I made like a year or two ago at this point. It's kind of crazy how long I've been into Baldur's Gate 3, but it's basically ranking the Baldur's Gate 3 companions in modern day situations. So I have a series of templates of modern day situations and a few reactions to them, and I'm gonna rank them based on how I think they would react to a given circumstance. I also think one of you guys had asked me for a video similar to this in the comments a while ago. I may make a couple different parts of this video depending if you guys enjoy it or not. So let's get started. The first scenario that I have is driving, and the categories are yells at every other car, an actually good driver, crashes into everything, drives very slowly because they're scared, or passenger princess. Okay, Will, I would say he is an actually good driver. I think he gives me those vibes. He seems very responsible, very mature. I think he'd be a good driver. Jaheira, I'm also gonna say that she is an actually good driver. I feel like she'd stay pretty level-headed, and I think she'd be a great driver and has good experience. Shadowheart kind of gives me passenger princess vibes. I don't know if that's because she called herself God's favorite princess, but I think she would prefer someone else to do the driving over herself. Lae'zel is definitely yells at every other car. Like, I feel like every second she'd be like, chick, and just like be yelling at every other driver on the road. Astarion, I feel like he would also honestly yell at every other car. Like, I feel like he would be like raging while driving. Gale gives me crashes into everything vibes. Like, he's just so volatile and he just seems so like quirky. I don't know. He's like one of those guys that would like hit the curb while picking you up. Okay, Halsin, I think he also gives me actually good driver. Like, I feel like he, you know, he's old, he has experience, he's probably good. Minsk, I think he also gives me crashes into everything vibes. Like, he's just so funny and he's so reckless, like... Okay, Minthara would also be yelling at every other car. Like, she'd definitely be raging and killing people over their driving. And, Karlak, I'm trying to decide if she would yell at every other car, like, cause she's so, like, angry sometimes. But I think she honestly would be fine. Like, I feel like she would be an actually good driver. Like, I don't know, she seems like she's very competent to me, at least, even if she is a little bit volatile. Okay, next we have if the companions were in a horror movie, and we have first to die, survives by pure luck, tries to protect the others, too cute to die, assassin, or kills the assassin. I think for Will, I would say he would try to protect the others for sure. He's 100% like very keen on attempting to protect people. Jaheira, I would say she also would try to protect the others. She has that motherly instinct in her. Shadowheart is definitely too cute to die. She would be the one who survives for the fans, you know, because everybody would be basically going to the movie to see it for her. Lae'zel gives me like a kill the assassin type of vibes. Like, she was definitely be the one fighting the evil. Astarion, I think he would survive by pure luck. Like, I feel like he doesn't have that many survival skills, but he would get lucky for sure. Gale would 100% be the first to die. Like, he'd be like that dumb person, like, going down to look at what the scary sound was and just, like, never be seen again after the first minute. I think Halsin would, let's see. I think he would also try to protect the others. Minsk, he would probably also survive by pure luck. Carlac, I think in a horror movie, like there needs to be another category here that just says like laughs at everything, because I feel like that's where she would go. But out of these, I'm just gonna put her in too cute to die because I think she's cute. And then Minthara is 100% the assassin. I don't even need to explain. Okay, why are they at the hospital? Has a gaping hole in their chest. Oh, it's not that serious. Take your time. Literally unconscious. Has a cold. Getting a surgery or something. Works there. Why are they at the hospital? I think he'd have to be getting a surgery or something. Like, I feel like he wouldn't be making a big deal out of, if it was something smaller than that. Jaheira, I feel like she would have to be, like, literally unconscious to go to the hospital. Like, she gives me the vibes that she'd be like, oh, I'm good. I can survive anything. I don't need to go to the hospital. Shadowheart, I think she would also be getting a surgery or something. Like, she'd be there for some practical reason. Lae'zel, I think she would also have to be unconscious to be taken to the hospital. I don't think she would go on her own terms. Astarion, I feel like, honestly, he might go if he has a cold. Like, I feel like he'd be a little bit of a baby about being sick. Gale, it's so fitting that he would have a gaping hole in his chest and be like, oh, it's not that serious. Take your time. Like, literally his orb. Halsin, I would say he works there vibes, like seems very mature, responsible, healing, druid, doctor. He fits really well there. Minsk, I think he would also have to be unconscious to go to the hospital. Carlac, again, she's like Gale, has a gaping hole in her chest. Oh, it's not that serious. Take your time, with her literally burning up and blowing up and still not going back to Avernus practically. And Minthara would also have to be literally unconscious, I would say, to go to the hospital. Okay, so now for them at a party. Extremely drunk on the dance floor, probably shirtless. Flirting with just about everyone that walks by. Awkwardly sitting in a corner observing. One of the only sober ones. Spikes the drink or dead asleep. He'd definitely be one of the only sober ones. He'd definitely be the designated driver. Jaheira would also be one of the only sober ones. They could be sober together in a corner. Shadowheart, I feel like she would kind of be awkwardly sitting in a corner observing. Like, she doesn't really give me party girl vibes whatsoever. Lae'zel, I feel like Lae'zel wouldn't even be there. She wouldn't even be there. So I'll put her under sober ones, but I think a party is like literally not her scene at all. Astarion, he would definitely be flirting with just about everyone that walks by, no question. Gale would be the one drunk on the dance floor, shirtless. Like, I think he would be a real party animal, honestly. Halsin would also be one of the only sober ones. I love how it's one of the only sober ones and like half the companions are going in here. I think Minsk also gives me the vibe that he would be drunk on the dance floor shirtless. Like, he seems like a really fun guy. Carlac, I think, would spike the drinks for the heck of it. Like, she'd be like, this is gonna be a great time. And Minthara, I feel like she'd be, I don't know about awkward per se, but I feel like she'd be like very silently strict in a corner, just like watching everyone and observing their movements, kind of. Okay, this is the reaction to if you posed the question, if I was a worm, would you still love me? There's absolutely fucking not. You're not a worm. Shut up. I would eat you like the fish. Depends on what type of worm. Yes. I would build you a home in a jar with a little house and talk to you every day. What if we were both worms and we kissed? I think Will would be like, I would build you a home in a jar with a little house, talk to you every day, because he's so poetic and he's such a lover boy and everything he says is like so dramatic and cute. Jaheira, I think, would kind of be like, you're not a worm, shut up. Like, no nonsense about that. Shadowheart would be like, yes, because she's very cute. I mean, she would laugh at you, but she would still say yes, I think. Lae'zel would be like, you're not a worm, shut up. I don't think she would have that fly with her, honestly. Gale, I think he would say, what if we were both worms and we kissed? I think he would like add on to the scenario. Astarion, He would say I would eat you like the fish because he would just like think it was funny, honestly, and make a joke out of it. I think Minsk would also say I would eat you like the fish in that situation. Halsin, I think he would just say yes. Like, I feel like he would humor you, but not play into it that much. Minthara, absolutely fucking not. I don't think she would entertain that question whatsoever. And Karlak would also be, I would build you a home in a jar with a little house and talk to you every day because she's such a lover girl. Okay, and now we have a child starts crying in public. Tries to play with the child to make them calm down, gives detailed instructions to the parents, cries with the child, ignores the child, is the reason why the child is crying. Will, I think he would try to play with the child to make them calm down. I feel like he gives me like he'd make a good dad vibes. Jahira, I feel like she'd kind of try to give detailed instructions to the parents, like with her expertise because she's older. Shadowheart, I feel like she would also try to play with the child. You know, basically because she like is so cute and loves to play with Scratch. So I feel like I could see her doing that. Lae'zel, I think she would ignore the child, like she wouldn't want to have anything to do with it. Astarion, I feel like he would probably also ignore the child. Like, I don't think he would actually try to do anything to help. Gale would be crying with the child. He just like really gives me crybaby vibes. He's like very, very emotional. Minsk, I think he would also try to play with the child. Halsin strikes me as he would give detailed instructions to the parents as well. Karlak would definitely play with the child to try to make them calm down. Minthara would 100% be the reason why the child is crying. Like, she probably told them that they were gonna die or something, like all nonchalant. Okay, when they put in headphones, what are they listening to? Generic pop music, weird obscure songs, the horrified screams of their enemies, their new favorite show, they're on a call with friends and family, nothing, they only wear them to seem cool. Will, I kind of feel like he'd be into some generic pop music. Like, I feel like he'd be like casually listening to Katy Perry or something if you caught his headphones when he was off guard. Jahira, I feel like she'd be listening to her new favorite show. She'd probably be listening to like some type of podcast, honestly. Shadowheart, I think she's kind of like little emo girl. She'd probably be listening to some weird obscure songs, honestly. Lae'zel definitely gives me she'd be listening to the horrified screams of her enemies. Like, she'd probably be like really into that, honestly. Astarion, I think he'd be wearing them not to seem cool necessarily, but just to stop people from talking to him if he doesn't want to interact with them. Gale also gives me that he'd be listening to generic pop music, maybe a little bit of Taylor Swift. Halsin, I think he'd probably be on a call with friends and family. He'd be talking to like Thaniel or something, or like all the kids that he was helping out. Minsk, I feel like he would also be listening to pop music. I don't really know why. Karlak, she gives me that she would probably also be listening to like weird obscure songs. Maybe she'd be listening to like a little bit of Screamo or something like that. And Minthara, 100% the horrified screams of her enemies, and she would definitely be smiling while listening to it. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. It was really funny, like, looking at some of these scenarios, and there is so many more scenarios and like versions of this video that I could do. So let me know if you enjoyed it. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoy my content. It really helps me out. I hope you guys are having a great week, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.